Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be another pagan one for you. This one is going to be going through Sabbats, or kind of like monthly celebrations that we have celebrating as pagans. I'm going to apologise now if I get any of the words wrong or if I say the words completely differently to how other people say them. Basically, I'm dyslexic, so I say the words as I read them, not kind of spelling them out or anything like that. So I will apologise now if any of this doesn't make sense. There's a lot of things on Sabbats that are going to be kind of complicated for people because it's a really kind of like detailed thing that you have to go through. So I will more than likely be making separate videos on things that you can do for certain celebrations, so rituals that you can do in spells, and going into a little bit more detail, I think, because this is going to be a very complicated and long-winded video on a subject that is going to be really kind of difficult for most people to understand, I would say. So basically a Sabbat is a celebration. So say you would go through spring, autumn, winter, summer as everyone else. We would say different things. So we would say Mabon is for like autumn, you've got Yule for Christmas, things like Imbolic and there, and it's basically just different sayings for each celebration basically. So I'm going to go through and say the names of them, the dates of them, and then go into a little bit of detail of what they basically mean. So again, I apologise now if I get anything wrong or say anything wrong. It's just purely me. I just say them as I see them basically. So let's get started with the one that I think is going to be most easy to explain, and that is Yule, and that is on the 21st of December, and that's the winter solstice, which is also known for everyone else as Christmas. So basically this is just when the lady or the goddess that we have has given rebirth to the Lord, and it's a time to give gifts as kind of saying thanks. Basically it's a symbolic gift that we give just to say thank you for the rebirth. This is also the longest night of the year as well. So basically it's just our way of saying thank you basically. Embolic, which is on the 2nd of February, which is also known as Candlemas. This one is a time to celebrate the renewed fertility of the earth. It's also a great time to join a coven as well if you want to join in with another group of witches. Osteria, which is on the 21st of March, which is also spring. That is a day for planting seeds, and it is the first day of spring. So a perfect day for planting seeds if you want to grow your own kind of herb garden. This is perfect for that basically. Beltane, which is on 30th of April. This is the Earth Day to bloom with new life and new growth. Maypoles are used as a symbol of the Lord's maturity. So this is when kind of all the spring plantings that you've got are blooming and they're all coming up and they're looking really pretty and cute. Litho, which is the 21st of June, which is basically the summer solstice. It's the longest day of the year. On the eve of this night, it is the perfect time to do some love and healing spells as well, if you want to do any love spells. Lammas, which is the 2nd of August, this is basically when the days will become shorter. The Lord is losing strength, however it is short-lived because this is when the lady is getting kind of prepared for the rebirth of the Lord basically. And it also begins the first day of harvest as well, so all that spring stuff that you had, this is when it's time to rip it all up and kind of like start using it up and storing it. Mabon, which is the 21st of September. This is basically a day to mourn the past and kind of get over things. It's the last day of harvest, the last kind of fruit is consumed, and it's also kind of people looking towards Yule. It's quite a kind of dark kind of celebration. Mabon, it's kind of like the start of autumn and people are a little bit kind of down in the dumps basically with this one. And then the last one, which is my absolute favourite, and that is All Hallows Eve, or Samhain, or Samhain as everyone kind of calls it. There's loads of different names basically for it, but the one that kind of people will most know is Halloween. This is basically when the veil between life and death is at its thinnest, and this is when you can do kind of like spirit dice, spirit boards, tarot readings and things like that to communicate with the dead basically. I absolutely love this time of the year. It's my absolute favourite. I love everything about kind of All Hallows Eve. I'm really kind of like at my happiest kind of in this kind of like environment. Obviously it falls on the 31st of October, and it's just a fantastic kind of celebration and kind of my absolute favourite kind of Sabbath to have basically. They do also have some symbols as well, which just look like this. Those are all the symbols and also the words for what they all kind of mean basically, and what they're kind of supposed to say basically. But that is kind of Sabbats. I do realise that this is going to leave you kind of super confused and really kind of like, what does all of that mean? Which I thought kind of imagine it would do, because there is a lot of words and a lot of new things, and I kind of probably didn't explain it as well as I should. So if there is a lot of confusion, then I will be doing kind of individuals on all of them, and just to go through rituals and spells and things like that that you can do on those celebrations. But I do hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully it's kind of given you a little bit of an insight into Sabbats and kind of the celebrations that pagans go through. If you did enjoy them, please give it a thumbs up. Leave any questions that you have below. I will try my hardest to kind of answer them the best that I can. And thank you for watching. Bye!